Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. This episode, we're going to be checking out a piece by the multidisciplinary artist known as Clark Yang. This episode, we're going to be talking about divinity through scale. We're going to talk about near-symmetrical harmony, and we're also going to talk about the incredibly sacred degrees of our natural world. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this work, we're met with the scene of what appears to be a lone female subject standing and looking at this incredibly large scene here. And so it really is a grand first impression, sure to leave the viewer speechless in that first introduction. And so, like I said, we see what appears to be a subject standing right here, kind of in the lower central region of the spatial composition. And so our subject's form is accented through both contrast as well as placement. So, of course, we see that placement, or I guess a third variable as well, that kind of intensity of light or that color choice as well. So we see the subject standing here, of course, placement in the center is all draw the eye downward into that spatial composition, almost like a triangular setup here as the subject stands in center. And then the form is also accented through what I believe we would call a light on dark contrast. It could be a dark on light contrast. Of course, you have kind of multiple layers within the work at hand. And then the third variable is the incredible vibrance of the color red. So the choice of red on the kimono here is incredibly important. Of course, red is a very visceral color. It always catches the eye. So that certainly intensifies the visual impact of our subject here. And so with this in mind, what do you guys think we're viewing here? Where do you think we are? And, who or what do you think our subject is? Always very important questions whenever we look at this work. And so you see a near-symmetrical spatial composition here, and this is mirrored across a kind of vertical central axis here. And our subject really stands across that kind of lane of that central axis, all very important. It gives us a very harmonious, a very ordered, and a very structured visual experience. It feels very predictable, but not in a bad way, in a way that feels very harmonious, feels reassuring, and even divine in that way as well. And what I mean by that divinity is this grand sense of scale. Of course, if you were to walk into a room like this, you would just be absolutely taken aback. Incredibly high ceilings, of course, multiple layers. You have all of this glass just raining this natural light in. Surely catches the eye, and just an incredible sense of grand scale here. So really nice. If you guys want to kind of give that sense of divinity, take that into your works, give this grand sense of scale, and you'll be quite amazed with the results that you see. So we also see this kind of architecture of an ascendant order. Like I said, you have those incredible degrees of natural light coming in from the window. But alongside from that, you have just multiple layers, incredibly ornate, incredibly detailed. We have what appears to be a reflective floor. It could be some type of marble, something like that, but certainly kind of conveys the divine as well as a sense of luxury or status. And so with that in mind, the luxuriousness is very important here. We have, of course, the kind of cultural order of some type of architectural building, but then we also have kind of the kind of chaos of the natural world as well within that order. So we have the cherry blossoms on either side, certainly catches the eye and also complements that kind of red. So we have those red-pink tones as well. So this is very important, and it conveys a sense of status. If you create something as big as this with such high ceilings, such a grand scene with, say, electronics, light, of course, kind of a nursery element as well. All of these are very important. It conveys a sense of status. You can't do this unless you have an incredible amount of coordination. So certainly conveys that kind of elevated status, wealth, or luxury of the scene. And like I said, we see these really natural themes here, right? You have the cherry blossoms, you have those natural tones kind of reflecting all throughout the spatial composition. And the blossoms are very important, of course, a very recognizable Far Eastern symbol. And they're very important for two different reasons. One is the fleeting nature of life, and the second is the fleeting nature of beauty. And so these are often put around kind of temples or sacred to denote the divine. So we certainly see that here. It feels very sacred in that kind of last impression there. And so that divinity is incredibly important. Even our subject wearing the kimono kind of harks back to that, right? The kimono is only worn in very kind of formal and very special occasions. So we certainly see a sense of status within that, or kind of a special occasion of the divine degrees of our destination here. All very important. And so we're looking at an AI generative work, and it's quite remarkable, right? When a program allows you to access such incredibly beautiful, incredibly divine scenes such as this one, why are we doing it quite more, right? And more people are coming into the AI AI generative scenes. So we're seeing quite a wide range of mass adoption for sure. And so this was created in Midjourney. So Midjourney perhaps is probably the most accessible in regards to its power as well. You hop into the Discord server, put I believe it's /imagine. You can create whatever you'd like. So we certainly see that here in Midjourney. Very nice program for anyone who wants to get into it. Of course, the skill ceiling is enjoyed by a wide variety of artists, whether you're a beginner or a very seasoned and experienced artist. There's really something Midjourney has to offer for everyone. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. We talked about this near-symmetrical harmony, talked about divinity through scale, the AI generative world, the sacred divine degrees of our natural world. So many points really hit on here. If you guys enjoyed, go check out the original artist. It's going to be the multidisciplinary artist / AI generative artist known as Clark Yang. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.